Shalom, Israel. This is Sister Jackie. I apologize for looking pretty rough this morning, but I just woke up not long ago from this disturbing dream. I have a lot of different dreams, and a lot of times I won't share them, but I want to share like three particular dreams with you today. And the first dream that I had a couple of weeks ago and the one I had today carried the same theme, which motivated me to just jump on real quick and share it. So let's, I'll start with the dream that I had a couple of weeks ago. And this dream, particular dream, I believe was about martial law. So I was in my bedroom. I had relatives in the room, relatives and my daughter. There was also a baby in the room. I can't recall whether the baby was a boy or a girl or who who the baby's parents were, but the baby was in the room lying on the bed with me. And I remember celebrating with a relative that I had I paid off my mortgage and my student loan. And then my relative proceeded to talk about her son and how her son needed a place to stay. And I know I was concerned about that because he had gotten into trouble in the past. And she assured me that he's in college now. And I was like, oh, great. So as she was telling me more information, outside the bedroom window, I heard tires screeching. So I raced to the window in the dream, and what I saw that there was this jet black car. The windows was tinted, so I couldn't see inside the car. And on each side of the car, on the passenger, the drivers and passenger side, the front and the back, there were police cars that had this car boxed in, and they were skidding down the street. And one eerie thing that I noticed that the road was jet black. So I don't know why the road was really black, but it was. So I remember turning around and saying to the people in the room. Now, my daughter wasn't in the room at the time. She had left to go into her bedroom. But I said to the people in the room, hit the floor, they're going to start shooting. And the people in the room was, my relatives was looking at me. They were looking at me like something was wrong with me. And I'm urging them, hit the floor, they're going to start shooting. So after, I was somehow able to convince them. People hit the floor. I don't recall what happened to the baby. And then I remembered my daughter had went into the other room. So I crawled out of my bedroom into the hallway and then into her room to tell her to hit the floor also. So she went down, and then I crawled back into the hallway. And I remember lifting up because I wanted to see what was going on outside. And in the hallway, I have like this window. So I looked out the window, and to my left, there was a military tank. And I started panicking. The gun was pointed in the direction of where the car and the black car and the cops were skidding down the road. And then I remember going into back into the bedroom, telling everyone that we had to get out of here. And I was screaming inside my head like martial law, martial law, martial law. So, I remember trying to gather my shoes and then I woke up. So that was the first dream that I had. I think that was a couple of weeks ago. Now, the second dream, I don't remember the details of the dream, but what I do remember is numbers. And I'm looking at my phone right now because after I woke up, I typed the numbers in the phone. And in the dream, I saw the numbers 19102. So, of course, I go check and those numbers online and found that that's the zip code for Philadelphia, Center City, Philadelphia. So, I just kept that in my phone. I don't know why those numbers appeared, and I don't recall the dream that I had around the numbers. So, but that's the second dream. So now, to, today's dream or this morning's dream was the one that prompted me to at least post this on YouTube because, like I said, it had the same theme as the first one. So now the second dream was in a city. I don't know what city I was in, but I was working in this building and I was coming down the stairs and I noticed like two men running out of the building really fast. So I took notice of where they were coming from and then I went into like the basement of the building and I saw that there was this device that had a timer. And I remember in the dream screaming inside myself, that's the same device that took out the Titanic. And I don't know why I screamed that out in a dream, but but because because you know, trying to recall the history of the Titanic, I thought the boat hit something. But in the dream, there was a device that took out the Titanic. So anyway, I run back upstairs and I hit the fire alarm. And when I hit the fire alarm, I noticed that people weren't really coming out. So I hit another alarm. So now a flood of people are coming out and they're trying to exit the building. And I remember saying to one guy, um, "Can you get my pocketbook?" And he said, "No, I'm getting out of the building." But then I noticed everyone else, they were taking their time leaving the building. It was more like a fire drill than an emergency. So I'm screaming like, "You guys have to get out of the building," but they were ignoring me. So finally, a lot of people did get out the building, and I was out the building, and I saw a fireman. So I ran up to him and I said to him, "Where's the fire marshal?" And he said, "He's inside the building." I said, "He's inside the building. There's a device that's about to go off inside the building. You have to get out of there. And you have to get these people far away from the building." The fireman was looking at me like it was crazy. The people that could hear me was looking at me like I was crazy. And I remember running across the street away from the building and I was the only one and I was looking out and then I woke up. Um, that dream was disturbing and it carried the same tone as the first dream that that I'm going to be given this warning to people and it's going to be ignored and but I felt a need to share. I didn't get a revelation of what any of these dreams meant, but I do know I was given that warning and people were ignoring me. If the Heavenly Father has given anyone revelation, please feel free to contact me. Thank you.